If you take a look at this worksheet, there are 4 rules. You're allowed to multiply any of the given numbers by 2, or any number you create by 2. You're allowed to divide by 2. You can add any 2 numbers together, and you can subtract any number from another. So you're going to start out with a list. So here are 5 numbers. So you can multiply by 2, divide by 2, or you can add any numbers together or subtract any 2 numbers. And for each problem, you need to find 2 ways to create the given number. So for instance, number 1, I could do 5 plus 5. That's 10. I could also do 5 times 2. Okay? Or if you really wanted to, you could do 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, and so on. But we're going to be using these skills in the future, and the fewer numbers you use, the fewer equations you have to use. If you add 2 numbers together, so if you have 1 addition, you have to use 1 equation. If you have an addition and a multiplication, then it would take 2 equations. So the shorter you can do it, the better off you are. So if we look at 48, well, 48 is 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12, or I could have done 12 times 2 is 24 times 2 is 48. Okay? I could do, 5 times 12, which is 60, and then taking that 60 and minus 12 from it. But that actually does not work. You're not allowed to multiply 5 and 12. The only number you can multiply by is 2. So you multiply by 2, you can divide by 2, or you can add up any number that you have so far. So if you have a multiplication problem and one of the numbers is not 2, then you're breaking the rules. So let's look at number 3. We could do 12 minus 7, or sorry, 12 minus 5 is 7. We could do 5 plus 2, but you're not allowed to add by 2 unless it's in the number list. 2 is not in the number list, but I do have a 1. So 5 plus 1 plus 1, that would work. And so on. So that'll take you through the first set. Let's look at the second set. So look at number 7. We have a new set of numbers. It's smaller. And we don't have a 1. So that can be kind of tough. Well, 24 divided by 2 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. That would get me to 6. I could do 2 plus 2 plus 2. Let's see. Let's move on to 62. 50 plus 24. But if I took that 24 and I divided it by 2, then that's actually 50 plus 12. That equals 62. You could do 15 times 2 is 30 times 2 is 60 plus 2. That would be 62, and so on. Look at number 9. 59. Oh, I can't see my numbers. 15 times 2 is 30 times 2 is 60. And if I subtract 1 from 60, I get 59, but I don't have a 1. But I can create a 1 if I add 2 over 2. So that would be 59. We could do 50 plus 20, 50 plus 24. Oh my goodness. That's 74. And if I minus 15, that would equal 59. So you need 2 examples of each one, and try to keep the list as small as possible, because the smaller the list, the faster you're going to be able to solve the problems next week. Okay, down here you're just adding fractions, so you need a common denominator. Well, in number 13, common denominator is going to be 6, so I need to times the first one by 2 over 2. 4 over 6 plus 7 over 6 is 11 over 6. For number 14, my common denominator, I need a 5 and a 3, so my common denominator is 15. So I times the first one by 3 over 3, and the second one by 5 over 5. 12 minus 20 over 15 is going to be negative 8/15. Let me do one more example. Let's do number 17. So I have a 5, a 1, and a 4. My common denominator will be 20. This one needs a 4, this one needs a 20, and this one needs a 5. So 8 minus 20 plus 35 all over 20. 8 and 35 make 43. 43 minus 20 is 23/20ths. Should be everything you need to know to finish this whole worksheet. Hand it in when you're done.